What is up, everyone? Truth here with another product review. So I've been getting a lot of questions like, Truth, what do you use on your stream? What kind of setup do you have? What different equipment do you have throughout the room? So I want to do that for you guys. Keep in mind, this is a review from a streamer's perspective. I live stream on Twitch. In fact, I'm a full-time live streamer on Twitch, so please go check me out there to hear and see all this equipment live in action. The item I'm reviewing is the Kegel USB foot switch. So I picked this up on Amazon and it's only $24. So definitely a steal. And I was using this for a very particular reason. I wanted something that I could use as essentially a push to talk key as I was playing games, so my hands were free to game, because I had one hand on my keyboard, then one hand on my mouse, and I was like, okay, what button am I going to push for push to talk? And so for those of you that don't know, you'll want to push to talk when you're streaming, specifically if you're playing with like other live streamers, right? So as I'm collaborating, I didn't want people to be like hearing this, hey chat, welcome, glad you're here today, and then they're like, Truth, I don't want to hear you talking to your chat all day and thanking them for resubbing and donating $10 million. Right? So I don't want them to hear that stuff. So I want to set up a push to talk button. I set it for both Discord and for the game itself. So that was my reason for hunting this down. Now on here it says it can be used for Photoshop, a DIY keyboard, a medical facility, I don't know, or for a gamepad, and I'm using it as like a gamepad hotkey essentially. And you could even, thinking through a few other uses for this, you could use it as, say, like you want to set off your lights if you have Hue light system and you want to set sort of keybind to have those go off or turn off or on or whatever, you know. Essentially all the reasons you could think of using a keypad or a hotkey, excuse me, all the reasons you could think of wanting a hotkey, that's what you'd be using this for. Another thing that I would use it for as well is even like a voice modulator software. So if you want to turn something on quick, say something and then turn it back off, you know, you can do that hands-free essentially with something like this. So let me show you what it actually looks like. But actually, before I put this down, I want to show you guys on the back. So this thing is in like hardcore like Chinese or something, and you can pause it and read through some of this, but the grammar is hilarious on the the English interpretation. It made me laugh, so hopefully you guys get a kick out of that too. So pulling this guy up, this is what it actually looks like. So I mean, I'd say what, probably 4 or 5 foot cord. You could easily put this under your desk, and essentially you're meant to like lay it flat and then like step on it as you activate the key switch. So a few different things that I noticed as I really started using this, like day in and day out, and I used it for probably a couple months, something like that. It's a little bit firmer than you would want, and you can't really get that grasp of it until you use it and physically like step on it day in and out. Like, you know, I can use my fingers, but I'm like really applying force here. It's something you can't tangibly see over a YouTube video, but know that after like I'm talking so many times off and on to my teammates as I'm playing this game and talking to chat and playing this game, talking to chat, that it really made me tired. And I'm sitting in, you know, in this chair. It sounds so odd to say I'm tired from touching a foot pedal, but it's really kind of a weird muscle in like your lower leg or thigh. And because you're clicking on this over and over and over again, you do that for, you know, 3 or 4 hours of live streaming, you're going to get tired and a little bit fatigued from that. So I got used to it over time, but just know that it's a little bit firmer than I would like. I would like it to activate a little bit easier, not quite so much force. The other thing, and you guys can probably hear this as I'm clicking it, is the sound it makes. So it's kind of loud, and that annoyed me at first, and eventually I got used to it. Just like you kind of, you know, when you have a mechanical keyboard and you have that clicking sound to activate it. It's a pretty cool pickup. I would recommend it if you're looking for some kind of hands-free way to activate something as you're working, doing Photoshop, whatever. You need some sort of hotkey. I'd recommend this product. I hope you guys like it. I'll be completely honest with you, I've used it, like I said, for a few months, and then I moved to using a hotkey on my mouse simply because I was using it so frequently. So if you're high touch of using this, like, you know, tons and tons of times a minute even, probably not something you want. But if it's something you can touch less frequently, say you're just a casual gamer and you're not live streaming, but you still want to push to talk button, I'd recommend it for a scenario like that. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it for live streaming unless you're a little quieter or you're using it for like a voice effect or a, you know, light effect. Perfect. But I wouldn't use it for necessarily a push to talk in a live streaming setting. So I hope that really helped you guys decide whether you want to purchase this product or not. There'll be a link in the description below. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Guys, thank you so very much for watching this video. If you did like it and truly like it, please leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts and what you're thinking, and subscribe if that's what you want to do. I know everybody always asks for that, but guys, it truly helps me to continue to be able to grow and reach people in a larger way. And besides all of this, guys, I want you to know you are so loved. You may be like, what does that mean? Well, dude, I love you. God loves you. I want to tell you about it. Please follow me on the different social medias. I'd love to get to know you and who you are as a person outside of all this gaming world and universe. That's my mission. Let's connect.